Southern Pacific Spins book. This spins book covers zones 70 through 78, Watts to Watson, including Compton, Dominguez, and Delores. It's dated for December 2, 1985. Tells you what spins means and who put out the spins. This book covers the line along Alameda, everything on the west side of the tracks, from about where the San Pedro or the Downey branch comes in, and then heads south. This gives you a list of what some of the codes mean when you see the codes next to the businesses. And then you look at the codes for the businesses, and you look at the tracks on the numbers on the map, and then you can kind of see everything. So here we are starting zone 70. Over here where it says capacity, shows the track is 204 feet long. Here for Owens Corning fiberglass, the track is 525 feet long and it has room for 3 cars. And then it has spots 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's 4 spots there, right? 5, 6, 7, yeah. 4 spots. And then where everything goes. Oops, sorry for the thumb. It's a relatively new book, and I don't want to fold it out too much. It's first page of businesses. Here's the second page of businesses. When you see spiked, that means a spike was put in the spur, and if no other business came, it was maybe eventually it went away. More businesses. Another spike track. Then we get a map. It shows zone 70s going that way, the Wilmington branch. So everything we have will be going this way. Here's your first map. Here's your second map. Oh, it shows Alameda Avenue. So this is going to be the west side of Alameda Avenue. And this is a spur coming off parallel from the tracks. Here's Alameda Avenue here. And Artesia Avenue and Greenleaf are east-west streets. Central and Wilmington are north-south streets. Someone's moving crowd control bars. Oops, sorry about that. I'm in a high school parking lot. I'm a school bus driver, if you haven't figured out all the bus videos. And in my spare time, I do the spins books and the click books from my collections and from other that come my way, so I can document them here. Here's another one where tracks go west off of Alameda for the Wilmington branch. This is a very thick book. I was trying to break it down, but it won't work because everything's all together. There's another. If you're familiar with LA on the way to Wilmington, here you are. Next group of businesses, Lee Track. Steel companies spiked. Of course, this was the 80s, so all this area has probably changed and probably now just or container terminals or just parking lots, not even businesses receiving service by trains. I remember going down Alameda Avenue in the 60s and 70s with my parents picking up cattle feed. I've seen 4 tracks wide and trains and stuck forever at grade crossings. I had a blast. My parents not so much, but I was a rail fan junkie from day one. Back in the 1950s, my father used to buy cattle in Minnesota, ship them to Mexico, and he would ride in the drover's caboose from Minnesota all the way down to Mexico to deliver the cattle. That was on the Great Northern. So then my grandmother, before she got married, she used to be the private cook of a guy named James Hill. You may have heard of him. He owned the Great Northern Railroad. So railroading is in my family. Not in my blood, but we did a lot with Great Northern Railroad back in early times, with my grandmother being a private cook, and then with my father shipping cattle. This one's got a lot of spike tracks and a lot of weird track layouts. Still a Wilmington branch. Maybe they were going to tank farms or businesses or who knows what. Continuing Wilmington branch. Might be fun to go on down there on a Saturday and see how much all this survives today. Okay, continuing with Zone 73. Continuing with Zone 73. Empire Toy Company. Never heard of them. Oops. I am getting ahead of myself, not showing the track lengths. Do that all over again. Because my editing sucks. Maybe one day it'll be better. But I will admit my video editing sucks. Still Zone 73. Shell Oil. Shell Chemical. 3,170 feet. Holds three train cars. That's a long entrance track. Okay. Talk about curvy track. Half circle. This is spiked here. We picked up all the ones except the ones blocking my parking lot. Looks like I'm gonna have to move some a little bit later. Zone 74. It looks like we're halfway through the book. Simon Levi Company Limited. Kraft Food Services. I know that company. I used to make butter and other things for them when I was in college. All the odd jobs we do in life. A couple weeks in college I made butter, sour cream, cottage cheese. Pocket lines, pocket lines. Pocket lines. No mainline numbers used in the yard. So I was like, you're on your own, figure it out. Track yard numbers, how long they are. With Delores Watson yard. Capacity on the right side. Sorry, the sun's going down, so I'm getting shading. There. Better. More yard tracks. And then here is the yard. Delores Watson yard. I'm guessing this is a 405 freeway. I mean, the 405 freeway or the 91. This is Carson Street here, so I guess this might be the 405. Alameda Street is here, so this is west of Alameda. Looks like there's a scale in the middle of track 210. This thing here looks like a scale. And continuing more maps. And more maps. Coming into Zone 75. And more maps. Zone 76. More Zone 76. Kind of nice when people want to share their music with you. This shows, yep, 405 freeway. 223rd Street is here. Channel drain there. No clue what channel drain. More Wilmington. This is page 43. Another channel drain. Alameda Avenue. San Pedro branch. Zone 77. We're getting close to Zone 78. Here's Zone 77. More Zone 77. Shell oil. And here's an interesting yard. Shows Santa Fe coming off down here. Sepulveda, Alameda up here, the San Pedro main line coming here, and then this would be west of Alameda Avenue. This shows, I guess, with Santa Fe coming in here, it's probably where they traded off cars, interchange of some kind. There's another one of those half circles. Probably a refinery in the middle of that. Now the wind's starting to blow. Okay, this is south of the last map. It showed Santa Fe coming off here, Santa Fe crossing here, another Santa Fe interchange there. And there's little notes here saying the switch is out, Pacific Coast Highway. And then our very last one is Zone 78. Atlantic Richfield Company, now known as ARCO, owned by BP Petroleum. Hey, last part of Zone 78. Based on the way these tracks are, I'm guessing this is down by the ocean front, and these are going around piers. But don't quote me on that, because I haven't been down to this area in 30 years. Not an area I frequent. Yep. Then we get a blue page, and that's it. Hope you enjoy it.